Hey, what's up, everybody? So, this is take two on me dealing with my phone issues with Verizon, Samsung, and all that. So, today I had to call my Verizon support and Samsung again because they sent call Samsung. They sent me supposedly to go over to Best Buy to get my phone taken care of and reflashed, whatever that is. And I've been there 3 times, and every time I've been there, the person is never there, or they told me that he called out. I went there the first time, they said the guy was on break, or the person was on break. Then when I went back, 30 minutes later, as they told me to do, next thing I know, they're saying the person left already. And it wasn't even like 5 o'clock or at night or anything like that. So that was already a problem. Next part is that I've been there and they told me that the person left for the day, or they say he wasn't there or called out. I was like, okay, whatever. Just try this again later on. Then after that, the person I went in today, which is Monday, August, what's today's date? August 6th, I went in there. Oh, this is Monday? Holy shit. Monday, August 6th, I've been in there, and I spoke to a rep, and they told me that the person called in, meaning I guess they called in and said they wasn't coming in or something like that. Whatever the case is, been dealing with this ever since I got off work and called at 1 o'clock and stuff. It is now 4:39 p.m. Person I spoke with beforehand told me that they were going to call and try to make some situations with my phone happen to get fixed, because Samsung's reps never there to fix it or reflash the operating system. And now I'm trying to see if they can send me a new phone, because to recap, the phone, I woke up in the morning and it downloaded the update. We're all out there like, okay, whatever, you can download it, but I get to choose when I put the update on my phone, when I install it. I haven't even installed it yet, and I have issues with my phone. First of all, this logo pops up, and I can't hit my home button or the back button in order to make the notification go away, or that pop-up menu go away. It stays there, and every time I hit my home button or back button, it locks me out of the phone. I can't do nothing. At the bottom of it, it states that that I need to make a choice in order to continue using my phone. The choice was either postpone it or install it. Since I don't want to deal with installing any more updates, because there's either always a function of my phone that's now disabled, or there's a app or something on my phone that I use that becomes disabled or removed. Okay, so I'm not trying to deal with nothing that. My phone was working perfectly fine until that. And I have a Samsung Galaxy S7, the gold one. I don't know if there's any other color one it is, but regardless, now I'm locked out of my phone unless I turn the phone off and turn it back on, in order for the message to go away and I can make a call, go do my apps, check my messages, and things like that. Now, on top of that as well, on my phone, in order to free up space on my phone, I can save apps to my SD card, I think, or something. I don't know how it works, but I know when I go to the menu and I look at apps, and it's the option of where the storage thing is, it says I can move it to the SD card. So now when I go to look at my apps, the icons are now looking like SD card, micro SD cards, basically. They're not looking like the apps they normally would. Like, for example, let's just say Clash of Clans. Like, you know how their logo, that the logo of the icon looks like, it's no longer looking like that. It looks like a micro SD card, and it has the name of, like, example, Clash of Clans at the bottom of it, but at the top and everything like that, the icon is just basically, just an SD card. And it never was like that before until this update was downloaded to my phone. So already we're having problems before we even do the install. Now, a lot of you out there are going to be like, why don't you just install and all that? I don't care about installations. Like, I want my phone to work the way it is. When I go to the dealership and let's say you buy a car, you bought the car for what it had and what it offered at that time. Now, if every time you were taking it to the shop, they start removing things or disabling things, it's no longer the car that you wanted to buy anymore because it's not what you wanted. I have a choice to choose what I want on my phone. I'm not finna go all through that shit of trying to find ways to unlock the phone, do this, do that. I bought the phone. It was perfect when I had it. I don't have any issues when it comes to certain things messing up and all that stuff. It's one thing to do updates to enhance the phone, but when you're doing updates and it's taking away functions of a phone, or it's constantly always an issue with a phone, and you guys have no way of reverting to the old version until you actually fix the current version that you're so-called pushing out, that's a problem I have, okay? That's my issue. I've called Verizon multiple times in the past every time an update comes out because it messes up my Wi-Fi signal. After it's done installing, it messes up my data. I can't use it, or I can't make phone calls. My phone signal becomes nowhere existent. Every time these updates happen, I have to call them and go through multiple numbers of replacement phones in order to get a phone that works correctly, okay? So, I'm currently, as I said, on the phone with Verizon as they're trying to get in touch with somebody, and I don't know if you can see it, but I've been on the phone now in 53 minutes. Let's just say 53 minutes. Trying to figure this out. Whole point is, I didn't do this, so I'm not trying to be the middleman. I've already done the runaround. I've been calling Verizon and Samsung. Then when I call Samsung, they're blaming Google, saying they're the ones who make it. Point blank is, you guys need to have a contingency when things like this happens, okay? I shouldn't have to be the one trying to facilitate, hey, you call this person and try to figure out how to get me a phone that doesn't have this. Or basically just make it where a person can revert, just like a computer, since these are supposed to be fucking computers now, back to the previous version before your phone messed up, okay? If a person doesn't want something on their phone, you can't keep constantly forcing them to do that. Now, I don't know if anybody out there in the world can show me or tell me if there was a, by buying the phone, that we agreed to download all this stuff and they have no legal obligation to do anything about it, which I feel like is not right. You know, it's one thing, we're already dealing with that with our gaming consoles, such as, let's say, PlayStation and stuff like that, which I've had a situation happen where I wanted to play a game and I put it in there and it's telling me, no, you can't play this game unless you do this download. Which at the time, it's like, I don't care about the download. My system works perfectly fine. But the minute you download something, all of a sudden your whole system messes up. And we already know that sometimes is a thing already by the fact that Apple has come out and said, yes, certain updates that they have done with you Apple users have messed with your battery draining and things like that. And from what I hear, they so-called fixed it. But unless you really into that tech world, I don't think anybody knows how deep it goes. Because every time a new phone comes out, we've all known from previous years where all of a sudden you do an update and your phone goes to hell and then you're forced to buy the new phone. Point blank is, I'm happy with my phone. I don't need no other phone. I'm happy for what I have right now. And the fact that you, the creators of phone, not just Samsung, but all of you all over across the board, which is Android phones or whatever, whoever makes the phones, including Apple, you can't force somebody to download something and then lock them out of their phone. For one, that's a very dangerous situation. Like, if I needed to make a 911 call and my phone was locked out, I couldn't. I'd probably be dead somewhere. Now, unlike Apple, I think from what my friend told me, it pops up a notification saying there's an update waiting for you to download and or install. Why can't you guys at Android, Google, Samsung, whoever makes the alternative phone for us, do that? Why can't you just make it where an icon pops up saying, hey, there's a new update? Then let us, the consumer, choose to update the phone or not. Because if we're happy the way our phone is, then leave it be. For those people out there who always need stuff updated because they're so sketchy about, oh, my privacy is my privacy, like, let them deal with that shit. For the rest of us, give us an option to do it ourselves, or else we're going to keep always ending up in this situation. I feel like there should be a legal situation that should be able to happen with this, because it's not right. You're forcing me to do an update that I don't want, that I, for one, don't agree to. It's like term and service. If I don't agree to something, it should be noted and let me go past whatever point I want to do. If I want to make a call and it says you need to accept the terms and agreement, that's not, I feel like, fair or should be legal. That you're forcing me to make say yes to terms and agreement just to make a phone call. If I'm just throwing it out there as an example, okay? But basically, hopefully y'all get what I'm saying. If I say no, I don't agree to your terms and conditions, you should leave my stuff alone and let me go by my business, knowing that I don't agree. Just by you noting that I don't agree, you shouldn't be able to force somebody to agree to your terms and conditions, or whatever the case is, if they don't agree to it. There's too many times that this has been happening that I feel like at some point it's getting ridiculous, and at this point it is ridiculous. Because I had a very important call that I needed to make that somebody's trying to get in touch with me about, and I couldn't call them or get in touch with them because of the fact I was locked out of my phone. So, yeah. We're now at going on an hour, 58 minutes of talking to Verizon support, and we'll see what happens. So, again, this is part 2 of what happened earlier. So, I guess I'm going to pause this and check in with you guys a little bit later.